I'm preparing for a workshop in Fife at the end of July, and since it takes a long time for the paint to fully dry in the pans and I don't want to worry about it spilling when I'm traveling, I'm making it a month ahead or so. So we're having a bit of a heat wave and I can only spend 5 or 10 minutes in my studio upstairs before I overheat. So I've been doing a lot of work in this little window alcove downstairs. I just can't handle the heat anymore. I've acclimated to Scottish weather officially. But the cool thing is that this window has such beautiful light most of the day. It's facing west, and the only time there's really harsh light coming through this window is towards sunset. So for most of the day, I have a nice big working space with beautiful natural light. The reason I like the full pans is that it gives my brush more space to grab the paint, and I'm not just digging the tip of my brush in, which I think it tends to kind of wear away the tip of the brush over time. Plus I don't want to run out of paint, so the full pans, it's kind of a win-win. Oh, beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh, I love this color. Beautiful. Okay, excited about that one. So there are my yellows and lighter tones. These are my reds and browns. Whenever I'm doing just random color mixing, I will just fill in extra pages of my sketchbook so that there's no wasted space. That looks exactly like phthalo green. So basically my phthalo turquoise plus lemon yellow is phthalo green. That's good to know. Got some of the color mixes started here. They look like that in the sunshine and that in the shade. I make little strips like this and then I cut them out, and they're really good for traveling. I can slide them into my sketchbook or whatever I'm carrying, and they just become really quick little reference charts when I'm outside painting. And I make them this shape so that I can slide them into my sketchbook really easily. I can even cut them up into smaller strips or smaller sections, but I just find this really helpful for when I'm outside and painting, need a quick reference. I'm currently in study mode for the upcoming workshop. I keep mentioning this workshop that I'm going to be doing next month, and it's with Ian Stewart, who is an amazing watercolor artist and draftsman. It takes place in Fife, which is down south, and it's a week long. So we paint outside every day for like all week. And I'm in study mode because I feel very rusty with everything. I'm especially in drawing study mode because I really want to increase get faster and better at observational drawing, that really helps when it comes to painting anything, especially with watercolor. And to me, watercolor is the hardest medium. It's very unforgiving if you don't have strong drawing skills, strong draftsmanship, and it's just something I really want to improve in. Not only am I going to be learning from a master, but I am going to be in like an immersive environment, painting and drawing every day with other people as well, which will be just fascinating. He's going to be doing tutorials each morning, and then we go out and paint during the day and then the afternoons. So every day I'm doing up to 3 hours of studying, either drawing or watercolor, and I'm, as I showed, I'm kind of prepping all my materials ahead of time as well. And part of that is because I want to be able to use them over the next few weeks to get ready and to get familiar with them, and I just want to hone in on my kit before I go down there. So I just shared a tutorial on my Patreon for how I do these observational drawings, how I do still life drawings, and how I study them, like sharing all my techniques and everything. So if you're interested, there's going to be a link in the description for that. Honestly, I don't know any better way to improve my drawing than to just study from life. In the next couple weeks, I'm going to be doing a little more urban sketching, get my feet wet with that in a controlled environment, in a stress-free environment. Not that the workshop is going to be stressful, but I know that he's not expecting any of us to perform or make masterpieces. That's obviously not the point. But I also don't want to feel like a fish out of water. I want to really be able to take in everything he's saying and paint, of course. I want to do some nice paintings, but if I feel rusty because I haven't used my materials in a while or haven't drawn in a while or whatever, I'll just feel that much more anxious about it. I think I'm going to bring this accordion sketchbook so it completely opens up. I think it would be really fun to paint on that throughout the course of the week and just have a collection. I'll bring other stuff too, but I've been saving this for something, and I think this is it. But what I'm really trying to do here today is figure out how to make kind of an extended platform for my Etcher Slate Mini setup. So this is my Etcher Slate Mini, which I've shown in tons of videos over the years. It's pretty much my favorite outdoor sketching kit because I can set it up on my tripod and have a platform to work on. I don't need my paper to be propped up as much because more often than not, I prefer to hold my sketchbook and be able to tilt it and move it, and just, yeah, I like it to be a little bit freer with that. But I like having my palette and all my supplies and my water dish on a surface like this. What I think would be fun is usually if it's on the tripod, it's like that. For this trip, I'm thinking I want to basically have a larger surface, just a few inches on each side, just a little bit more. But basically my idea is to attach Velcro to the bottom and Velcro to this board so it sits tightly on the board like that. And then I have plenty of space for my sketchbook. Whether I use it horizontal or vertical, it'll fit both ways. Plus I'm bringing the Bauhong watercolor pad because this is the perfect size for painting outside. We'll see. I'm gonna experiment for a minute and just kind of see how it turns out. First thing I need to do is cut a spine to make that a little bit more sturdy. Unfold it, attach that, and that's good. So now that's really sturdy. All right, I should probably just get scissors for this. This stuff is crazy sticky. Ow. I just sanded my hand with the Velcro. Moment of truth. Okay, it sticks. That's really, really on there. Awesome. Now I need to attach that Come closer. Put the hard side on there. Ow, stop doing that. This and this. Open it again. Moment of truth. Can't change it after because it's like permanently sticky. Oh no, do I want it a little closer or a little further? Oh, there. That's the spot. Okay, now I have to test it on my tripod. Okay, now we're testing it out. Sake. Everything is fine. There, I got it. So if this was my palette, that's open, sketchbook. I don't know if the accordion is gonna like being on this because it kind of is wobbly, but this one will be perfect. I like it vertical. I might do more vertical stuff, but I mean, it does fit horizontally as well. If I'm just, I have so much space now and I can put my water dish there or like have one of those hanging water dishes that you see. I think this works, but how fast can I break it down? Like if, imagine I'm out and there's a sudden rainstorm. Someone time me. Zip. Actually, what I would probably do is put all this in here. This would go in the pouch on the outside. Zip. And I would break that down. And then this is the main thing I'm wondering about is, can I pack it down fast? I would be throwing all this in my bag if it was suddenly pouring on me, but there you go. I mean, I don't even have to put the clips on. All packs down. Oh my God. So it's really important to take everything out and test it before you go to an event. So I'm going to show you how I do that and show you some customizations I made overnight. Okay. So now everything fits inside. I've rounded all the corners. I can really just stick it on wherever. And then in my pouch cover, I've got my big palette. I stick that. There we go. And I can, again, do it horizontal or vertical. And it all fits.
And here we are today at Glenlivet. And we have Sarah painting on site. But we have another guest with us today. It's Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park.
I was just fiddling around at the back there. It don't feel as tight as, oh it is now. Because I get this then, to rest on this leg, you must have this leg this way. So the weight of it rests on that and the rest is clamped at the back of it. But I do like this paper, you know, that I've not used it before.
After using the setup for several hours outside, I felt really comfortable with it. Everything is just nicely spaced out and it felt very secure even when a few big gusts of wind came along. And I feel pretty confident that this will work really well for my trip. The only thing I'm a little nervous about is running out of a couple certain colors, especially my custom mixes, which I found myself using constantly. And I thought of a few more custom mixes that would be really helpful to have, so I may fill this palette up by the time I leave. We'll see. But that's the main reason I wanted to give myself lots of space in this palette and lots of time before the event to practice and figure out what I really want to bring. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you got some inspiration and maybe a few ideas from this video. Since I'm going to be headed to the event in a month or so, I'll try to record as much as I can and maybe do a little recap video after. But I'm also going to be painting outside a lot between now and then, which I can maybe share with you as well. I post reels and stories on Instagram now and then about my outdoor painting adventures, but mostly I'm just trying to enjoy it while it's here because summer does not last long enough in Scotland. All right, everyone, I'll see you all again soon. Take care.